Hello everybody, my name is Shirley A. Dahan, together with my group, Raymond Hallazgo, and also Lila, Kyle, Angeli, Nayra. So for today, I am going to be your speaker in discussion of the Activity 3 process. So in this video, we are going to dive in with the client-server connection, specifically the sockets. So, what do you think is sockets? So, a socket rather is defined as an endpoint for communication. An endpoint means it is a combination of an IP address and also a port number. So basically, a socket is used to send and receive a data. So this is because if you're wondering why sockets is used to send and receive data, socket basically provide the machine a communication mechanism between two computers using a TCP protocol, or what we call the transmission control protocol. So this protocol is a connection-oriented protocol, which means two computers form a connection before sending a data. So to have your imagination working and also you have a visual representation of what I have said, this is the perfect example of a server and client system. So here we can see our client has a specific port, which you can see here. I hope you can see this image clearly. So this is our client and its port. Uh, then it will request for communication into our server. If the communication is the request is established, since our server is listening, the server will then create a new socket with the same port to return back to our client. So when the client with specific port number will request a communication to the server, since then our server is listening with the same port, the server will try to connect by creating a socket with the same port number as the client, and then if the communication is secure, and then our client has established a successful communication with our server. So let's dive in more about sockets by using a client-server program. So in this program, this is about an echo server that echoes back whatever it receives from the client. If is there anyone that's still confused, first you're going to click the file at the upper left corner of your screen, and then create a new Java project. You can name it whatever you want, but mine was named as OS. And then I am very sorry with the mess here, but let's continue. So inside the OS, you are going to have your default package, in which you are going to make a class under it. So I have made two classes, which is the Echo client and then the server, Echo server. So this could be just a client and server if you wanted, but this is for specification. So here we are going to dive in. As you can see, that error before is going to happen if you have inputted the same port that is actually being used already. So what you're going to do is that you're going to replace those ports that have or has been used already with the same port that you have entered here. Since I have changed the port number here in the Echo server, we need to make sure that the port that we have entered here in this Echo server inside the try block is the same as here in our Echo client. So we have inputted 4561, so we are going also to input the 4561, and then we're going to save it. There, we're going to save it. And then afterwards, it's time to run the program. We can see that the Echo server is already working, and also the Echo client. Let's try to run it. Yes, there is no error. So let's try to input anything in this console. So for example, we are going to write hello everyone, and then you're going to enter, and the server echoes back hello everyone. And then next, since this system is continuous, you can actually just type anything you want underneath it. So thank you for being here. And then again, the server echoes back thank you for being here. So if you encounter that error again, it is because your port number is actually already being used, so you're going to have to change it. Same as mine. So if you are going to encounter the same problem I had, the solution that the best you can do is that to change your port number, because that means that your port number, this one, and also this one is already being used, or you have used it already. So next is we are going to have I am going to explain more about this code that we've made along with my group mates. So upon doing the code, we are going to have our main argument here, which is public static void main string argument, and then this throws and catch is included so that this throw exception will be catched here in this system, and then it continuously our program will continue to work. And then we are going to create a try block, which the main purpose of the try block is that to have our defined code block to be tested in errors upon being executed, this one, or upon running. So under the try statement, we are going to make a socket object here with our local host. This is actually on default. So local hosts are those same in Google, the google.com, which takes us to your computer, and then this is going to be our port number. So again, our port number has to be the same with our port number in Echo server. That is very important. It needs to match the port number here in the Echo client and also in the Echo server, so that the two machines, or these two the client and this server, will be able to communicate. So the illustration before this one, these two need this client with this specific port number will communicate to the server, and this server will create a new socket with the same port number to the client in order to return the connection, order to connect to this client. So next, in this statement right here, so these statements, this part of the code is that we are going to open a socket output stream and then open a print writer, and then here is then we are same goes here that we are going to open a input stream and wrap it with a buffer reader. So a buffer reader technically improves the efficiency of a program or a system. So here in this area, the while loop here is it reads the line in the tire block, and then it reads the line from the buffer reader connected to the socket of the server. So does read also in this line it the read line methods waits until it echo back to the client, and then if it returns to the echo client, it prints the output. So it basically just read the lines of whatever the client have inputted, and then it will print out the output. And then here is our catch block for catching the exceptions here that we have. And then we are going to go to our server class. So we are also going to create a main method, which is this one, and then we are going to initiate again a try block in order to test for the error for while running. And then because the interesting part about the creating the echo server is that we have to create a server socket, which we can see here. So a server socket, this one waits for the request to come in over the network. So the request basically comes from the client. So the client we made, this one, is trying to communicate or connect to the port we established, which is this one, 4561. The port we established is 4561. So the client which have the same port will try to communicate to our server using the same port number 4561. And thus this server is gonna be waiting for the connection in the same port. And then using a certain method, which is called the accept, it then return to the socket object, and it can now communicate with the client. So this one, after the server accepted it, it will then return to the client using the same port. This right here is the string input line while. This one is means that it reads a line and waits for the this statement right here means read line, waits for the client, and then read what the client have said, and then prints it out. So far, this is going to be the output of the system. So the clients will state what he or she they wanted, and then the server will echo back what the client have said or inputted, which we can see here. I've inputted hello everyone, and then the server also replied back, which is hello everyone, and then it will continue doing that as long as you wanted it, as long as you want to type anything in the server. So far, I hope everyone learns from it, and thank you so much, and stay safe along with your family.